Good morning, children. Hope you all are doing good and welcome to your new academic year. I will be taking you chemistry in this year. So, I am not lagging your session. All of you know my name now. My name is Anjali. So, next we are going to start our new chapter, that is matter. Okay. So matter means anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. You know that in your smaller classes you have studied anything anything around you, right? Anything around you and which has some mass and which will occupy a space is called matter. In your smaller classes you have studied these all things, right? And some example I am giving you, some one example I am giving you, like air, water, the food you are eating, the dress you are wearing, all are matter. The pencil, the book, whatever it is, everything are matter. That means everything has space and everything will occupy a space and has a mass is called matter. Okay. And we know that what is this matter made up of? What is this matter made up of? Matter is made up of small tiny particles called molecules. That also you have studied in your smaller classes. All matter are made up of small tiny particles called molecules. Okay. So now you see this diagram. Assume that this is a matter. Let it be a sheet of paper or a pen or a glass, anything, whatever it is, a matter it is. So this matter is made up of small tiny particles called molecules. Small tiny particles called molecules are present in it. Okay. And see, each molecules are having a gap between one another. A space is between one molecule to another molecule, right? This gap or the space between the particles is known as space between the particles are called intermolecular space. What is intermolecular space? The space between one molecule to another molecule is called intermolecular space. And since they are molecules, okay, since they are molecules, they are laid together, they will make a small attractive force with one another, right? They will make an attractive force with one another. So that attractive force is known as intermolecular force of attraction. One molecule to another molecule, this molecule to another molecule will make an attraction like a magnet. That attractive force is known as intermolecular force of attraction. Okay. So these all things you have studied in your smaller classes also. So now we have studied what is matter. Matter are the substance that has mass and occupy a space. Anything that occupies space and has mass is known as matter, and all matter are made up of small tiny particles called molecules. So this much we have completed. And what is intermolecular space and what is intermolecular force of attraction also we have finished. And see, what are the three states of matter? What are the three states of matter? The three states of matter are solid, liquid and gas. Solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. So in solid state, okay, in solid state, how the particles, see the diagram, in this solid state, how these particles are closely packed, how the particles are arranged. The particles are very tightly packed. That means one molecule is very tightly packed with one another, like this way. It is very closely packed, so that there is no intermolecular space. The space is very less there. So if the intermolecular space is less, if the space is less means what? If the space is less means what it means? To the attraction. Attraction will be, one molecule will be highly attracted to another, right? Attraction will be more. So if the intermolecular space is less means the force of attraction will be more. So in among solid, liquid and gas, which one is having more attractive force from one molecule to another? Solid state is having more attraction because the molecules are very closely packed, so that the attraction will be high. So that is written here. in this statement, the stronger the intermolecular force, what is written there, the stronger the intermolecular force, the smaller is the intermolecular space. So if the intermolecular force is more, the force of attraction between one molecule to another molecule is more, means they will, if there are two molecules, if these two molecules are making more attraction with one another, that means they will come closer to each other. Because of their attractive nature, the molecule will come closer, so that smaller is the intermolecular space. Okay, then if the intermolecular force is weaker, that means intermolecular force of attraction is less, then what will happen to the intermolecular space? Intermolecular space will be more. That is in the case of liquid and gas. See the diagram. In this liquid state, the particles are having some intermolecular space, so that what we can say, their attraction is less. If the intermolecular space is space is more, then their attraction will be less. Understand? So in the case of liquid, the particles are loosely packed, so that there will be a gap between one molecule to another, that is called intermolecular space. If there is intermolecular space, then there will be less intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, then the last type of third state of matter is gaseous state. What is in the gaseous state, what is happening? The particles are very loosely packed. In gaseous state, the molecules are very loosely packed, so that their attraction will be very less, so that the molecules will be very free to move from one place to another. They can move anywhere inside the balloon, right? The molecule, we cannot see molecules through our eyes, molecules are invisible, we cannot see, but we are assuming that there are molecules, so that molecules can move from one place to another. Understand? So these are the three states of matter, and according to their intermolecular force and intermolecular space, the substances are classified. If the intermolecules, if the particles are closely packed, means, or if the intermolecular space is not there, means that is a solid state. If the intermolecular space is very big, means that is gaseous state. If there is less intermolecular space, means that is liquid state. So according to the intermolecular space and intermolecular force of attraction, we can identify the different states. So the term is, what causes difference in state? What is causing the difference in state? The intermolecular force of attraction and intermolecular space is causing difference in states. Understand? So I think up to here it is clear to you. Okay, and the next topic that we are going to study is interconversion of states of matter. What is interconversion of states of matter? Conversion means what? Changing from one form to another. That means converting ice to water or water to ice. That is conversion. One form to another form, that is conversion. That is, what is this interconversion? Interconversion means the change which can be brought about in each substance without change in the composition. That means, see, if it is ice, water or water vapor, three are, what is same in that? H2O. Three are made up of H2O only. Ice is also made up of H2O molecules. Water is also made up of H2O only. Water vapor is also made up of H2O only. Their constituent or their composition is not changing, but what is changing? Their state is changing. The state of existence is changing. For example, if it is ice, if we are heating, ice will change to water. Then also the molecule is H2O only, composition is not changing. Then if that water we are again heating, water will changes to water vapor. So this will takes place only when if we are heating the substance, and if we are cooling, returning back to it will return back to their original condition. If we are cooling the water vapor, what will happen? Water vapor will change to water. Again, if we are cooling the water in the fridge or freezer, what will happen? Water will change back to ice. So this will takes place by cooling. So without changing the composition or without changing the molecules, if we are making a change, okay, change in the state, that is known as interconversion of state of matter. Understand? So the change in state may be both about in the other substance too without a change in composition. That means without changing the composition of a substance, if we can change their states into solid, liquid and gas, that is known as interconversion of state of matter. Okay, that can be done by cooling or heating. The next topic, next last three topics we are going to study is melting point, freezing point and boiling point. Melting point, freezing point and boiling point. So what is melting point? See, if you are taking an ice cube, okay, if you are taking an ice cube, we cannot, if you are keeping it inside the fridge itself, will it melt to water? It will not melt. So what is the condition for this ice to melt? The condition is the ice need to get some temperature. We need to heat the ice, then only ice will melt, or we have to keep it outside the fridge. So it needs some heat energy to change to liquid state. So the heat energy or the temperature at which, the temperature required for a solid to melt. Okay, if you are taking a plastic piece, after some time the plastic will melt, when we are heating. Or if you are taking that ghee or butter, when we are keeping it on the stove, on a hot vessel, what will happen? It will melt. So when we will heat the substance, the solid will melt to liquid. So a temperature is required for a solid substance to change to liquid substance or melt to liquid substance. The temperature at which a the temperature at which a solid turns into a corresponding liquid is called melting point. What is melting point? The temperature at which a solid substance changes to liquid or melt to liquid, that particular temperature is called melting point. And what is freezing point? If you wanted to change it to ice, that means the temperature at which a liquid freezes to solid. At what temperature a liquid is freezing back to solid, that temperature is called freezing point. The temperature at which a liquid freezes is called freezing point. What is the freezing point of water? The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. And usually the freezing point and melting point will be same only. Okay, then what is boiling point? What is boiling point? The temperature at which a liquid will start to boil. At what temperature a liquid will boil? Simply if you are taking some water and keeping it on the stove, suddenly it will not get boiled. First it want to get heated. After some time it will start to boil. So one temperature is needed for a liquid to start to boil. That temperature is called boiling point. The temperature at which a liquid boil is called boiling point. Understand? Example, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. The water boils at what temperature? 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So this much only for today's topic. Tomorrow we will start the next new topic, kinetic theory of matter. Okay, so what you have to do is all of you should read the textbook. Okay, read the textbook 2-3 times, then only you can understand everything. Don't think that this all I have studied in my smaller classes, so I don't want to study. No, you have to study all the topics. Read the textbook. Okay, just read the textbook, that much only. And after completing the chapter, I will be giving you notes. Okay. Thank you. Take care all of you.